There isn't much that Rocklin senior Mikey Cunningham can't do on a football field. All-league defensive back, team captain, section champion.
I feel like I'm a big impact. I'm a leader on the team. We just voted captains. I got a captain, so that's a big role, and that makes me want to step up more as a leader.
He plays with a chip on his shoulder on the field. He's a very intense individual, loves to train, fell in love with this game a long time ago and hasn't left it. Won't stop even when we tell him to stop.
Cunningham is poised to help Rocklin repeat as section champions this year, but it was after Rocklin's championship run last year that the Cunningham family's lives were flipped upside down.
Getting ready for our section championship game in November of 2023, so just this last November, and started feeling just a little bit fatigued. Thought it was because of work and coaching a lot during that time.
After some blood work and a bone marrow biopsy, Cunningham's doctors revealed that he had acute myeloid leukemia, an aggressive form of bone marrow cancer.
That day he said I needed to rush down to the hospital so they could start chemotherapy in order to even remotely save my life.
Cunningham would require a bone marrow transplant, for which the odds of finding were not in his favor. So intense was the chemotherapy at times that Cunningham felt he had to have some hard conversations with his family, especially Mike Jr.
That was an interesting experience because I get choked up talking about it, but to talk to the firstborn son of your family and just basically say, hey, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I need you to step up in ways that you shouldn't have to right now. I need you to be a man of the house. I need you to help your mom in any way, in every way. I need you to, take your brother on, help him out. No sibling fighting right now.
I felt like I was alone at the time. I felt like I was alone, but then my consciousness made me realize, you need to step up. The struggle I saw my mom go through definitely made me a better person and stay more positive, because just seeing her go through that made it hard. But that also made me push myself to be better and to encourage the whole family to stay positive.
Luckily for the Cunninghams, the entire Rocklin community kept sending positivity as well. Cunningham Strong became the town's rallying cry for some of its most beloved members.
They knew that I was a coach and I've been a coach for a long time, and I always taught our kids how to battle adversity. And, when things are hard, you don't give up, you just push harder. And I found myself in the moment where the things that I preached as a coach, I was living, right? And I was going to be an example for my family, and I had no choice but to fight like heck to save my life as well as be around. And what my community did is, it's something that I can't even express in words, my gratitude for it. It breaks me up every time I actually talk about it, and it's rough. It's rough to go through that, but what that community did with my family is a reason and testament of why I'm still here.
Well, it's not really a community, it's more of a family, and brothers, sisters, and you got family around you. And it helped me realize how much good of people these people are over here, and how well I can trust them, and just how close we are. And it kept a smile on my face instead of being down in the dumps.
After what seemed like ages to the Cunningham family, doctors were able to finally find a bone marrow donor.
When he got a donor, it was like a 1 in 14 million chance or something like that. And it was a perfect 21-21 matchup. And that was just the first good piece of news that helped me stay positive and helped me keep going. And then from there, it's normally just been a gradual slope climbing up.
And although he's not completely out of the woods just yet, Cunningham received some positive news in the weeks leading up to Mikey's senior year.
I had my biopsy readout report today, and I am in complete remission.
To get a breath of fresh air that, there is a real chance I'm going to survive this and see the light in the tunnel. And that kind of stuff right there, that voice right there, those kids, that's another reason why I'm still out here and living, man. This is what I live for. I love this community and I love this football program. And when my doctor gave me that kind of news, man, it was badass. It was badass.
Throughout the peaks and the valleys of his dad's fight for his life, Mikey Jr. channeled his motivations toward his senior football season.
I felt it more of as motivation, in the off season to train harder, to grind harder, and just to go out every day and not take it for granted.
He trained harder than I ever seen him train, which was with his coping mechanism with it. He grinded harder than I ever thought he could.
Mikey also learned that he can be positive not only for his own family, but for others as well.
I carry myself higher now because I'm more of a leader, and I just have to treat every other person, even if they're worried about going to school, like a freshman kid, a kid that sits by himself at lunches, anything like that. Me being not the football player I was, I feel like I would just walk past those people instead of like greeting them, and just like a fist bump every now and then. It's just something small like that. That just helps. Like, football made me more of the positive person I am.
He took on the weight of our entire family in that moment. I mean, he rose to an occasion that was not supposed to happen, and he did it with grace and he did it with poise, probably better than I would have as a young man.
As Rocklin fights its way toward a section repeat, the Cunninghams continue to fight with resolve for each other and gratitude for a complete stranger.
My donor, I don't know him, and in 6 months I'm going to petition to meet him, and I can't wait to meet the young man and just tell him, look at the ripple effect that you had, because it's real.
From Rocklin High School, I'm Nick Pecoraro, and you are watching Premier Preps.